Hit the Will-O-Wisp this time. Okay, I could have hit Sleep Powder, but I had the Will-O-Wisp because, well, I couldn't go for the Sleep Powder. Of course, okay. YouTube, today we're going to be trying out a brand new team, and this team got 10th place at the most recent European International Championship. It's got Sun with Calyx Shadow Rider. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And if you want to check out the details of the team and the creator, I'll link them down below in the description, and make sure you grab the rental code while it's available. But let's get started and play some games. Xerneas, Groudon, Incineroar, Thundurus, Bronzong, and Venusaur. Now, I know one of these teams did really well in the international challenge that happened, but I've seen multiple versions of this team. I've seen the Babiri Berry Xerneas was the one that did really well in the international challenge, and then there's the Geomancy stuff. Now, I don't know which one's going to be here, but I do think I have some pretty solid options right here. I do want to say that I bring... Ooh, kind of got quite a bit right here. Groudon, not exactly amazing, but I love Charizard and Venusaur lead. You know what? I'm going to lead Double Starter. I think Double Starter is the way to go here. I think Double Starter is the way to go. And then in the back, this is where it gets tough. I want Incineroar, but I'm not too sure yet. I do want to bring Groudon, maybe. Groudon's pretty good here. Yeah, I do want to go Groudon, I think. And then maybe no Incineroar, which seems weird, but I don't think it's necessary. Although, yeah, I guess I don't really care about the Venusaur too much. I don't even know if they bring Venusaur. It's not even that great against my team. So yeah, let's go with these, I think, because I can play mind games with like Sleep Powder, switch to Groudon. I can go for the Wildfire, and that's like always the thing about like Charizard Venu on the Sun team, especially. We saw this a lot back in the day, is the Sleep Powder option, which is always just something you do not want to face, really. But we'll find out if that's going to be the case. No Incineroar means no... I guess no Incineroar does mean one option that I do have is no Intimidate switching, but we're going to see Venusaur plus Bronzong. Okay. Wait, is my Charizard Heat Wave or is it Blast Burn? I think I'm Blast Burn, unfortunately, but if I was Heat Wave, oh boy, this would be so good. They actually brought Venusaur, which I'm actually very surprised about. Yeah, I'm Blast Burn. Okay. I do have Sleep Powder on the Venusaur right here. I could go for the Sleep Powder, which is... not exactly what you want to go for here, but that is an option. Bronzong is just interesting here. I wonder if they're trying to get Trick Room up, which is an interesting choice. I have a few options where I could go for the Wildfire here. I could go for just straight damage right here. I guess I could just go for a Sleep Powder, and I guess I could go for the Wildfire here. Or I could go for a Hurricane. You know what? I am fine with risking the Hurricane, I think. I'm gonna attempt to Sleep Powder into Bronzong, and I'm gonna go Hurricane. It punishes a Groudon switch if they do switch out, and if they don't, I think I'm in a cool spot. Okay, nice. I do get a Hurricane off into the Venusaur slot, which is nice. And the Sleep Powder, it does connect on the Bronzong. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good turn. I'm glad I take this turn. I'm actually surprised Hurricane didn't knock out the Venusaur, though. Sleep Powder, I am just so skilled. I am just so skilled at this game. Oh man, I'm so skilled at this game. Okay, watch, they're gonna switch in Groudon now and like completely screw me over, but I'm going for a Wildfire. I'm going for an Earth Power anyway. I got the faster Venusaur, bet. Forfeit. They don't forfeit. Okay, I am gonna go for a Wildfire KO to Bronzong here and an Earth Power, because I feel like if I want to take offensive momentum, why not take it now, right? So we will bring out the Charizard right now. Let's find out if we are able to KO the Bronzong right here with the Wildfire. It is a pretty powerful max move from the Charizard, a 150 base power off this Blast Burn. And let's see if we can knock out the Venusaur. We did move first the last time, and no ally switch. Okay, but I don't think this team runs ally switch usually. I think it's like Iron Defense, Body Press, Trick Room. Actually, maybe it is. I haven't actually looked at this team just yet. All I know is Babiri Berry on the... Also, it was like not G-Max Venusaur, it's regular Venusaur. North Power going to come out in a Venusaur, which I was actually like really surprised to see a G-Max Venusaur, not G-Max Venusaur. I'm assuming it's to change terrain so you can go for Sleep Powder afterward against electric terrain stuff. But yeah, nice. We're able to get a good turn too. And yeah, this combination really dumb because I have a lot of mind games. Sleep Powder is also a thing that they had to deal with. I had to deal with, but now this is looking so good for me right now. And I mean so good. I can go for a... I do have to be careful though. I do have to be careful. The Incineroar is actually kind of a scary option right here. But I do have a Groudon. I just got to hit Precipice Blades, right? I might as well just get the damage then. I guess I don't know who's maxing here, but yeah, we'll go for a Wildfire here and we'll go for a Sleep Powder, I suppose. Yeah, I might as well just go for the chip into them. Because I have a Charty Berry on the Groudon. Yeah, they're just gonna forfeit. Charizard, Venusaur. Sun is fun, isn't it? It's really fun. I highly recommend trying it out, just leading it and then stressing your opponents out with which option you'll pick of the Groudon switching in. I didn't even have the switching Groudon there, fortunately. They didn't switch in Groudon because it would have been kind of catastrophic for them too. So yeah, I was able to get a big Hurricane and a Sleep Powder hit off, and I dodged Sleep Powder. I guess I'm the better Sun player then. Number 10 on the ladder, Kartana, Landorus, Farian, Zacian, Kyogre, Tornadus, and Amoonguss right here. Alrighty. This is going to be a tough one because that Landorus is looking like a massive, and I mean a massive threat to me. Oh boy, that Pokemon is very scary. Eliki can do well here. I would love to bring Charizard, yet I just don't know if I can. Venusaur. I think it's necessary. I guess maybe it's not necessary, but just dealing with the Landorus. I think Landorus is going to be broad here and it's probably going to lead because my team doesn't deal well with Landorus at all. I think Calyx is definitely to bring here. I don't know if Incineroar is to bring. I feel like it's never to bring. Let me double check. What's my Venusaur set? It is Frenzy Plant, Earth Power, Sleep Powder, Protect. Which, no Weather Ball makes it harder to bring in this matchup. Although, I think I'd probably Dynamax Eliki then, but I just don't have a Water Resist, which is concerning to me. I do want to lead the Eliki here with, I guess, Incineroar, because it's my only good pivot against Landorus. I do have a Copa Berry on the Venusaur, though, which could be huge. I guess that wouldn't be too bad. You know what? I am just going to lead Incineroar plus the Calyx. I think it might be Tornadus, Landorus right here as a lead. It's really tough for my team otherwise. And have Eliki and Groudon in the back. I do need Groudon for the Sun. And I guess having the Incineroar is still nice because the Kartana is still a Pokemon that can give me a lot of trouble in this matchup. I don't know if Kartana's going to be brought here. I do expect the Landorus 100%. I expect the... Maybe you don't bring Tornadus, but I think Tornadus is probably really good here. They definitely bring Kyogre and they definitely bring Landorus in my opinion. I just don't know what the other two will be. I think it's going to be Torn and Kartana. We're going to see, yep, the Landorus plus the Torn lead, which is perfect for me. I do lead the Calyx and Incineroar here. This is really good for me. I am able to get a Intimidate off into the Landorus and get to reveal if it's a Wider set. And if it's not a Wider set, I get Intimidate off, which is really good here. So Intimidate going to be fired off into my side, as Intimidate going to be fired off into their side. Are you a Wider? Because it's going to be pretty important. If you're Wider, then I can go for a safe Will-O-Wisp here and hope it's not Lumberry. Oh, it's not. Okay, I wonder if it is actually Lumberry. I am going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here, and I am going to go for a... Ooh, I got a few options here. I could switch out to the Incineroar, or I could Fake Out. Both aren't too bad options. I think Fake Out's okay this turn. Yeah, I don't mind going for the Fake Out here. I don't see what I really lose too much here. We're going to see the... Okay, the Torn does Protect here. Does the Landorus go for Protect? No, it doesn't. Okay. Is this Swords Dance here? I'm fine with Swords Dance because if I hit the Will-O-Wisp, I'm in a good spot. Although if you're Lumberry Swords Dance, I am now very concerned right here. Let's see. We get the Wisp off into the Landorus. Are you Lumberry? You're not Lumberry. Okay, that's huge. Earthquake does come out. Doesn't break my... It does break my Sash. Does a decent amount to the Incineroar. However, this is a very, very good spot right here. It's Life Orb Landorus. Okay. Which probably doesn't Dynamax anymore. So this is a pretty good position for me. I think I'm just going to click Astral Barrage right here. And I'm going to go for a Parting Shot to try and gain some momentum right here with that Eliki in the back. We got rid of the Landorus, which is one of the key parts to deal with my Reggie Eliki. And now we can maybe get Groudon in and start dishing out some big damage. Or, no, I'd go into Eliki first. Yeah, I'd go into Eliki first. But it really depends because I guess it could get awkward with the Kartana. Kartana is still very, very concerning in the back. But we'll see. The Torrent should be able to live the Astral Barrage here, which means it's not really a Pokemon that's doing too much to me right now, which is a positive note here, especially when I have an Eliki. We actually see the Dynamax coming out. Is this Landorus? I'm okay with Landorus Dynamax. I guess they're like, okay, I'm going to be really screwed against the Eliki if I don't preserve the... Not what I expected at all. The Torn Dynamax is here. The Life Orbs on Landorus. Astral Barrage should KO the Landorus, I think, with all the chip damage, unless it's a bulky set. Astral Barrage comes out. Ooh, I barely missed a knockout, which isn't amazing here. They go for an Airstream, okay, into my Calyx, which is not able to pick up the knockout, but I'd imagine this is an Earthquake follow-up right here. Okay, this is... Is this really that bad for me? It's not, right? Because they Dynamax the Torn. which is fine. They go for an Earthquake here, knocks out my Calyx. Incineroar's weakened, but that's a-okay by me, right? I get my Aleki in pretty freely, and they use the Dynamax on the Torn, so I'm pretty sure that Reggie Aleki can threaten a lot of damage right now, and they actually lose to the Life Orb, so I actually get a free Parting Shot off into the Torn slot, which is even better for me. I'll 100% take that. Nice. And now we can go out into our Aleki and really dish out the damage, because the team in the back really looking bad against the Aleki right here. So we are going to go out into the Reggie Aleki right here, and let's see what they decide to go for as the Pokemon they bring in here. If it's Kyogre, I mean, I'm bringing Incineroar in here always for Intimidate against Kartana, Fake Out Pressure against whatever comes out too, because I don't even have to go hard into Groudon immediately just yet. We go out into our Incineroar slot here. We're going to see, I don't know what Pokemon that is. Kyogre, yeah. Okay, we're good. We're good. I just targeted down the Torn slot with a Max Lightning here, or a Wild Charge. I don't even have to technically max yet, but I might as well just max anyway. Let's see. Intimidate Drizzle is on the field. Doesn't really change anything. Just got to make sure my Aleki, I think this Aleki should, I mean, every Aleki should be like max speed, right? For the Tailwind situations, yeah, we are. We could go for a Fake Out very safely here, and yeah, we just go for that. We are going to go for a Fake Out into the Kyogre, and we are going to go for the Max Lightning into the Torn here, which should be able to pick up the knockout. Even if it's Vaconberry, I feel like we pick up the knockout. If it is Vaconberry, I guess it can get a little bit strange, but I think I switch out to Groudon for the Incineroar, and then I Max Lightning the Kyogre slot the following turn, and I should be okay. We'll find out, because that's the only thing I'm a little bit worried about. We should be okay though for the most part. I think because my Aleki won't be able to get knocked out by these Pokemon because of the sunlight that I do provide with the Groudon afterward. We are going to see the Aleki Dynamax here, and let's see. Also Fake Out into Kyogre, maybe some extra chip damage, we'll find out. This could be Max Guard, this could be Double Protect here from my opponent. No switches though, so maybe it's a Mungus in the back, but if it's a Mungus in the back, that's okay. They do go for the Max Guard here, which is okay, and Kyogre does go for the Protect. Okay, so we know it's not Choice Scarf Kyogre, which is good to know here. I could go for the Max Lightning into the Kyogre slot, or I could go for the Max Lightning into the Torn slot. I feel like I always target down the I mean, I just go Groudon here, and I think I just go for Max Lightning into the Torn. I kind of want to Max Lightning the Ogre though. If I can Max Lightning the Ogre, that would be really nice here, but there is a chance that Ogre does switch out into like a Mungus, but maybe Torn switches out too. No, they're gonna switch out the Ogre, which is great. We're gonna find out. Is this a Mungus in the back though? It's Zacian. Okay, we're good. We are fine here. All right, so we are going to be able to get a Max Lightning off into the Torn, unless it went for a Double Protect, and if it went for a Double Protect, oh geez, that is not amazing for me. But Groudon comes in, and even though we are not exactly in the best position because of the Weather War, we are still in a pretty good spot right here. I'd imagine we take the knockout onto the Torn, and it looks like it's not going to be that Vaconberry. So Max Lightning into the Tornadus does pick up the knockout on the Tornadus. Good thing I did not target the Kyogre, but I didn't think it was necessary. A critical hit on the Torn, not really that much mattering because I would have KO'd it anyway. And yeah, they can bring out the Kyogre. I go for Max Lightning to Kyogre, switching to Incineroar the following turn, get the Intimidate off into Zacian, and knock out my Aleki. I can Fake Out the Zacian the next turn. I can go for a Wild Charge into Kyogre if it's still alive on the field, because it might protect this upcoming turn. And then Groudon should solo the Zacian, assuming I hit Blades. That is basically what's going to come down to. Also, Zacian don't crit me, although I think they can't knock out my Aleki here with a crit even, because it'd be the same as a neutral Behemoth Blade, which Aleki should survive here. So Incineroar here, Max Lightning into the Kyogre, and yeah, should be pretty safe. And yeah, Battle's gonna be for it because they realized that they don't really have a win con here, especially with the Incineroar switch and a Max Lightning to Kyogre. I had very safe ways to win this game overall. Might have had to hit one blade at least into the Zacian in the end game, but I still had Incineroar pressuring a Flare Blitz. I still had the Aleki that could threaten as well. So I had still a lot of really strong points, and it was like really unlikely for them to win the game there. So we are able to seal the game, and nice. Reggie Aleki able to put in a lot of work. The Calyx gained the Wisp off and eliminate the Landorus right away. The Landorus was their Aleki answer, and when they got rid of, and when they Dynamaxed the Torn, they didn't even get the Tailwind up. Then I was able to really capitalize right there. Kyogre, Zacian, Kartana, Incineroar, Whimsicott, and Zapdos. Okay. This is a matchup that's interesting. My Eliki does really well against their team. Their only answer to my Eliki is generally going to be so Venusaur's not that great because there's like double grass. I don't have a weather ball, and the Zapdos is annoying, so I don't think I can bring Venusaur. Charizard I could debate about, but I don't see a reason why I wouldn't just go with like a Calyx Shadow Rider lead. The Calyx Shadow Rider plus Reggie Eliki looks really strong here potentially, and I am liking that as a lead here. Of course, their Incineroar could be a little bit troublesome, but I do think it's a pretty strong option here. Incineroar in the back seems really good, and then having the Groudon as the last Pokemon also seems pretty solid right here. Now, there's a few things that I'm going to have to worry about. What are they leading here specifically? I don't know if they Dynamax the Zapdos, because Zapdos is good against a Venusaur, and they might need it, because if they do fear the Weather Ball from Venusaur, then they are in a lot of trouble. So they might decide to go. I think they have to bring Whimsicott. They have to bring Zacian Ogre most likely. And then Incineroar, I guess, as the last one, because it's a difficult one. They might decide not to bring the Zacian because Kartana might be better in a few cases, especially if you can get like Airstreams up, and it does pressure, I think, the Eliki a bit better, but we'll find out because it is a little bit weaker to the fire type moves here. So there's a lot of risks and rewards here. They might not bring Incineroar because it's a bit too slow against my team, but we'll find out if that's going to be the case. We will see here. But yeah, this combination is just so strong right here. Let's find out what my opponent is going to lead. It's going to be the Zacian plus the Whimsicott right here. Okay, that's not a bad lead for me at all. I do lead my Eliki plus my Calyx right here. This is pretty good for the turn one right here. I think I could just get a Intimidate off into the Calyx right here, and potentially just go for the Wisp here this upcoming turn. I don't know if they are going to Tailwind immediately here. I don't want to KO the Whimsicott here if I don't have to, at least just yet. So I think, yeah, I'm going to go for a Willows into Zacian. I'm going to go out into Incineroar. So I get the Intimidate off. I can get the Willows off the following turn. I don't want Eliki taking too much damage. Eliki is absolutely necessary in this game to win, because I do need it healthy to take on like higher Water Spout if I'm not able to position Sun correctly, and we'll see what the rest is. I guess one of the issues, if my Calyx does take a beating here with the Behemoth Blade, and just don't miss Wisp. Just don't miss Wisp. If you protect Zacian, that's completely fine, and I mean completely fine. Then I could probably like condition a few extra turns the upcoming. Let's find out. If they protect Zacian and Tailwind, that's a-okay here. If they taunt here, that's a little bit weird for me, but I don't think they would taunt the Calyx when they are getting out pressured here by the Eliki and the Calyx immediately. We are going to see a protect from Whimsicott. Is this a double protect? Okay. No, actually, I get a Willis off into Zacian. Interesting protect on the Whimsicott. Maybe they were really scared of Electra plus a Astral Barrage, but that's fantastic for me. I get the Wisp off into the Zacian slot. Just going to go for Behemoth Blade. I don't know into which slot this is going to be, but this is still very, very solid for me. Into the Incineroar. Oh, that's the best turn I could have possibly asked for. Look at how Incineroar took like no damage right there. And now I'm in a very positive spot where the Zacian is at neutral attack, burned, can't really do much damage right here. Might be forced to switch out here, so I am actually going to, no fake outs really necessary here. I'm going to go for a parting shot immediately. I don't know if Whimsicott's going to go for the last ditch Tailwind or maybe try to switch out here, but the Zacian is just not really getting much done here. They do go for a Tailwind here. I could have maybe stopped it with a fake out plus a Astral Barrage here, but wasn't too sure, and I think I could play very safely around this anyway. We're going to see that Behemoth Blade go fire off into the Calyx, and with the Intimidate Burn, still does a pretty solid amount of damage, but at the end of the day, this is really good for me. I am able to get the Astral Barrage off into both Pokemon on their side, and yeah, a good amount of damage. A parting shot into the Zacian in case they try to reposition with like a Kyogre switch, but right now I am looking in a very, very solid spot right here. I can go out into my Eliki right here and put on the pressure against them right now with an Electro Weapon plus a Astral Barrage right here. I could even go for an Airstream if I want to, and the thing is, would I go for the Airstream here? Because I feel like, yeah, I could outspeed like whatever is coming out. I guess I could go, I don't want to fall victim to a Whimsicott attack though, but we saw Tailwind and we saw Protect. I have no idea what the rest of the moves that the Whimsicott can go for. I could also just go for an Astral Barrage here, but the thing is, I don't want them to snowball right here potentially. I think what I do here is I just protect my Calyx and I just go back to Incineroar and get Intimidate off into their side. And I do kind of like that because I get to put on pressure the following turn. They're not swapping out against the Eliki, I think, because the Eliki puts on way too much pressure. I want to see what the Whimsicott's option is into specifically my Eliki, and yeah, I get another Intimidate off in this Zacian. So this Zacian's like at what, minus? This Zacian's just getting bullied at this point. Instead of been staring it down the entire game. But we do protect the Calyx. We're going to see Memento into Incineroar. So, okay. Memento is an interesting choice here. And a Behemoth Blade also into the LE slot. Needed to put under pressure, but Memento is a cool tech right here. Memento Whimsicott. Okay, to get the free switch under the Tailwind, which does make sense. I have stalled out 2 turns of Tailwind successfully here. 2 more that remain. I do not want to pick up the knockout actually into the Zacian, so I'm actually going to go for a Willispear into the Whimsicott slot, and I'm actually going to parting shot out the Zacian slot once again. I think this covers like a lot of plays here. I get the knockout Whimsicott. I don't need the special attack boost. It really is unnecessary right here. So Tailwind Memento, I guess it has an attack move, maybe like Energy Ball or Moonblast, I would say, is the last one. But okay. Really nice. Parting shot should go out into the Zacian, and if they switch out, that's fine. We actually see a swap here from that into the Zapdos, it looks like. Okay, I would have really liked to get like a Snarl off instead then, or parting shot into the Zapdos. I guess I could have parting shot out the Whimsicott, but I wasn't too sure. They are going to go for Behemoth Blade, target down the Calyx, which is a-okay by me. It's really not doing too much right here. I got to watch out though, because the Zapdos could, I guess, be a threat. We do get a Willis off, which will just get like consistent chip damage into the Zapdos, which is always just nice. I don't think this is physical Zapdos by far, but we do parting shot out the Zacian right here. And the reason I did go for a Willis there into the Whimsicott is because I didn't mind if Whimsicott stayed on the field, and I didn't want to Astral Barrage, get a double knockout, because my Incineroar being stuck here would have been in a really awkward spot, because then they could take out the knockout on a Calyx, and then I have to like fight for positioning, because if they brought in Kyogre next to like their Airstream Mon, then they could go for like a Water Spout Airstream combination, and then I get a little bit overwhelmed, right? So that's the reason why I didn't want to go for the knockout right there. If they stayed in with Zacian and protected, that was a-okay, because the Zacian really couldn't do much right there. And yeah, now we're in okay spot, because I should be able to go for an Airstream here into the Zapdos or Max Lightning potentially, but I do like the idea of going for the Airstream here with the Elekey and just protecting my Calyx right here, which should be super safe right here. So yeah, I am going to go for the Airstream into, or I could Electroweb. Electroweb isn't a bad play either, but I do really like the Airstream right here. Yeah, I'm going to fire off an Airstream, and I'm going to target down the, I guess I can, there are a lot of plays I can go for. I guess I could go for an Electro up here too. That isn't bad. But you know what? I'm going to Airstream. I'm going to Airstream the Zapdos. I'm really not that scared of the Zacian. If they stay in with Zacian, that's a-okay by me, because next turn then I can go for a Snarl plus Airstream, and that combination would be really effective right here. And I really do like having the speed advantage with the Regieleki. I think it's really nice here with that max Airstream. Let's find out what they are going to accomplish here with their Zapdos though, because this Elekey now looking like a big threat to them. Let's see. Should be, the Zapdos did not Dynamax. Did they go for Eerie Impulse? No, they did Dynamax. Wait, is my Elekey just faster than their Zapdos for some reason? They're under Tailwind, isn't it? The Tailwind's not over yet. This should be the final turn of Tailwind. That really slow Zapdos? Okay, that's really good information to know for the upcoming games. All right, the Zapdos. I didn't get like any Electroweb or anything. No, I didn't. Unless I was completely miscounting Tailwind turns, but I don't think I was. Protect on the Calyx. I should live in Airstream through Protect. And Sacred Sword is going to come out into the Elekey. Perfect. Okay, doesn't really do any damage. Airstream going to come out into the Zapdos, which will be able to not really do that much damage, but the chip is nice, as well as the fact that now I do have a Elekey that can threaten a lot. The Whimsicott's not in, so they can't go for a Tailwind just yet, and Elekey's just looking really, really threatening here. A Lightning into the Calyx, that is not what I would say is, why not Airstream? Do they not have Hurricane? I would 100% say you would have Hurricane on like a Kyogre Rain team right here, but that works out huge for me. I'll definitely take it. I guess I'm just gonna go. They set up Electric Terrain for me too, so don't I just KO the Zapdos? I'm pretty sure if Astral Barrage plus Max Lightning, it's a physical Max Lightning too. I'm just gonna go for it. Like, why wouldn't I go for it right here? I don't get that. I mean, I really don't get that. All right. I don't get that option right there, because do you really just not have Airstream? Maybe it's like Thunderbolt, Heat Wave, Roost, Eerie Impulse. I mean, it's not a fast Zapdos, and it's not Life Orb, I believe. I think we didn't see Life Orb from the Zapdos, so maybe, but okay, that's just a really interesting option. A Max Lightning going to come out into the Zapdos right here, and wow, that actually does less than I thought. I thought I would have done more. That's not Assault Vest either because it's based on my... All right. I'm a little bit surprised, but regardless, the plan is still on track right here. The Calyx does have the special attack boost. Probably going to lose it right here. They airstream. Yeah, I don't get why you didn't airstream the last turn. Why'd you set up the electric train for me? Calyx goes down, but that is completely fine here as they are not going to be able to get momentum for the rest of the game. The Zapdos is just way too low. If they send out the Whimsicott, I just go for a fake out into a Max Lightning into that slot. It's a Citrus Berry Zapdos? Okay. Not really scared about that. We can go out into our Incineroar because we can just click fake out into the Whimsicott slot and Max Lightning and always deny the Tailwind right here. And then Kyogre doesn't have Tailwind, so the Allocate just always outspeeds. The Whimsicott does come out, but it is going to go down to the fake out or the Max Lightning to protect because of the electric terrain that they set up, but we would set up anyway the next turn, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, we just go for a fake out into their Whimsicott slot. We go for a Max Lightning into the Whimsicott slot as well. We don't have to KO the Zapdos. It's really unnecessary. But if they don't protect with the Whimsicott, they do just go down. Both Pokemon do go down here unless one of them protects right here. We're in a really good spot. They might try to go. I don't know because like the Whimsicott's in a really rough spot. If they switch on to Kyogre, I just obliterate the Kyogre, which is why I'm going for the Max Lightning instead of like an Airstream into the Whimsicott slot. They do go for the Protect, but that's okay, right? Because I do pick up the knock on the Whimsicott. And then with the Electric Terrain, I should be able to knock out the Kyogre with a Wall Charge upcoming. So it doesn't really matter to me too much. A Max Lightning will be fired off into the Whimsicott, pick up the knockout, and Zapdos can't really do anything to me. It doesn't even outspeed my Eliki, and yeah. It should be fine. Airstream going to come out once again, but the thing is my Eliki is at +1 speed, so it doesn't really matter. The Incineroar does take a lot of damage from the Airstream, but if this is Kyogre in the back, I'm pretty sure this is always for me a safe Groudon switch in and a Wild Charge into the Kyogre slot. That should always be very safe here because one of their outs is going for Hurricane Confusion, I guess, into my Eliki. If they go for Hurricane Confusion, I do want to switch out into my Groudon because it makes a Hurricane 50% accurate compared to 100% accurate. So I have a higher chance of dodging that confusion potential right here. So we will go for a Wall Charge here. I guess like even if they like went for Airstream, Max Lightning, like the Zapdos HP doesn't really matter in this game. I'm not really too worried about it. It's going to go down to 2 turns of burn, but I am, again, I don't think it's that big of a deal when I think I have enough damage output against the rest of their team. The thing is they are no longer +3 instead of like a +2, but I think Eliki at +1 might still outspeed because Eliki is absolutely insane and the Zapdos wasn't fast. We saw it was a Citrus Berry. So let's go out into Groudon here to reduce the odds of us losing the game. Sure, they have Heat Wave. It doesn't KO me even for crit, I think, in the sun, especially since they're not Life Orb. They burn me, then I guess that could be a concern, but otherwise we should be fine. Let's see. We are going to go for a Wild Charge here into the Kyogre. No protects, and that should just eliminate the Kyogre. Yep, Kyogre does go down, and critical hit does not matter. This is an Eliki in Electric Terrain. Do you really think that matters? We're going to see the Zapdos go for a Hurricane. Yeah, they did go for the Hurricane. They did hit the Eliki. Did they get the confusion? That did a lot to the Eliki. Oh, wow. It's the end game I feared. Thankfully, they didn't protect the Kyogre because I would have probably had to have been forced to stay in an attack right there, I think, because I don't think I could. Did I? I guess I could have switched out Eliki and went for Blades here. Blades covered the Zapdos going for Roost. I would have just had to hit moves then at that point. But yeah, we are going to go for a Rock Tomb in the Zapdos, and I guess we're going to go for a Assurance in the Zapdos. No, wait, no. Wild Charge is 100% accurate. We might as well. I could also go in the Incineroar, I guess. I mean, no matter what, I think I have like my chance of winning this game is very high. So yeah, we are able to pick up the game, and yeah, I'm just surprised. I don't know why Max Lightning there. Were they worried about like Venusaur back and Sleep Powders? Because that was interesting. I think like I was just able to position them, like waste their turns of Tailwind and basically put them in awkward spots where they couldn't exactly get like a free swap into like the Kyogre next to an Airstream mod and really dish out a lot of damage. And that's what I was trying to deny the entire game, and I think I was able to really deny it. They didn't really have much options right there because something would have eaten a parting shot if they did switch out. And yeah, I was able to position like Fake Out and a bunch of other things. The Eliki was in a really good spot at the end of the day, and the turn one just worked out amazing for me as I was able to get the burn exhaustion and not really much accomplished right there, as Calyx was able to basically eat up the rest of the attacks right there and really be a threat in the later parts of the game. All right, Calyx, Shadow Rider, Kyogre, Reggie, Eleki, Whimsicott, Landis variant, and the Indeedee. This is okay. This matchup, I actually never really understood what is the counterplay to this team, but okay, what do I want to go here? Because we do have Calyx, Shadow Rider, and their own Eleki, which does give them trouble. The Landis does give me a lot of issues though on their team, which is not something I exactly like here. I might lead. Kind of tough to say. I actually kind of want to lead Venusaur and Incineroar, which might be the call here. I think Venusaur and Incineroar is probably the way to go. And then in the back, I want Calyx, Shadow Rider. I just don't know if I bring my Eleki here because I think it's good, but like having Groudon might be, well, the thing is I don't need Groudon, right? I really don't. Ooh, it's just tricky because I would love to bring the Groudon to help against the Kyogre, but realistically, my own Eleki might just be enough here. Because dealing with the I think it's actually Eleki. You know what? I'm going to bring Eleki. The reason is I feel like the Chlorophyll doesn't even help me too much. The only times Chlorophyll will help me in a situation is if there is no Tailwind here. And I feel like in this game, yeah, sure, maybe that could be a thing. Indeedee could definitely be an elite option here. We'll find out if that's going to be the case here. Well, we'll see here. We will see. I do like the Intimidate though in the Landorus. If they do lead, it is Landorus plus the Whimsicott here. It looks like, okay, perfect. All right, I don't have Shucker Berry on my Incineroar, which is unfortunate here because I would really love to have a Shucker Berry here to deal with the Landorus, but there should be Tailwind always from the Landorus into, actually should always be Tailwind in the or Airstream into the Venusaur. And okay, is it White Herb? It is White Herb. Okay, Airstream should never KO my Venusaur. I'm going to go for a Sleep Powder here into the Landorus, and I am going to go for a... What? Fake Out doesn't even help me against Whimsicott, right? They also might be scared of me going into my Groudon and Sleep Powdering, so... I don't know. They could help me hand Airstream, which I am a little bit scared about, but let's go for a Sleep Powder and a Parting Shot, I guess, into the Landorus slot. We do kind of have to deal with this Landorus, and our best Pokemon to deal with this Landorus is going to be our Calyx, Shadow Rider, so Calyx, Shadow Rider is going to be really important here. Fake Out on the Landorus, I don't really like too much. I am going to risk the Sleep Powder here. I don't know if the Whimsicott carries Taunt on this team. I feel like it doesn't, but we'll find out. If it is Taunt, I guess I should have went for a Fake Out here, huh? Fake Out isn't too bad, but the thing is I want to get Calyx, Shadow Rider in and start doing damage because I lack the damage output against this team right here. We are going to see the Landorus does Dynamax here. Let's see what is going to come out here from my opponent. Is it going to be a Taunt? Max Guard. Oh, no. Hold on. Moonblast? No, Energy Ball. Oh, they're breaking a Sash. Okay. No special defense drop. Okay, that's nice. All right. I don't mind this. Okay. Not a bad turn here. Not a bad turn here. They do waste a turn of Dynamax, which is actually really pleasant for me here. They shouldn't be able to knock me out, I still think, but we are going to go for a Parting Shot here and a Sleep Powder. Now I need you not to go for Helping Hand and... Tailwind? Okay, Tailwind, yep, to try to cover for the Groudon switch. Okay. Airstream? Show me Airstream. Nice. Perfect. Okay, Venusaur, you have to do your Sleep Powder. You have to do your Sleep Powder, buddy. That's basically how this game works. I need to hit Sleep Powder. That's Sun. Wait, I got KO'd through Koba? I'm actually shocked I still KO'd through Koba. Was the Energy Ball damage really that enough? Or wow. I'm actually shocked. All right, Parting Shot in the Landorus. This is looking pretty bad now. This is looking pretty bad now. At least I will be able to get 2 Intimidates off into them. Can I win the end game? Yeah, it's definitely a doable end game win. I will go into Calyx right here. I just got to make sure I have enough pressure against the Landorus for the end because I can't get knockouts, which is the unfortunate part. Because if I get a knockout into the Landorus in a really awkward spot, this could be really terrible for me. We definitely have to go instant here. We can't go out in Eleki. So now we have 2 attack drops onto the Landorus. We go for Fake Out into the Whimsicott. We go for a Will-O-Wisp into the Landorus and pray that they don't actually... Did they switch out Whimsicott here? I can see them switching out Whimsicott here. Oh, wait, no. They wouldn't switch out Whimsicott because I could go for Astral Barrage. No, they wouldn't do that. I'm going to Fake Out and I'm going to Will-O-Wisp here. I would not hard switch out the Whimsicott here into Calyx. If they are... Yeah, I don't think they should. Yeah, I do get a Fake Out off into Whimsicott. Good. All right. So the Landorus is at -2. They're going to go for a Max Quake here into my Incineroar most likely because that Pokemon's a threat to their Calyx. Yeah, they shouldn't knock out because it's -2. Yep, perfect. Okay. Now, hit the Will-O-Wisp this time. Okay, I could have hit Sleep Powder, and I had the Will-O-Wisp because, well, I couldn't go for the Sleep Powder. Of course, okay. That's not good. Doable, but not good. Okay. Do you actually knock out my Incineroar though is the question, I guess. Now I'm gonna go for a Flare Blitz, I guess, into the Lander slot, and I'm gonna go for a Protect right here. How many turns of Tailwind do they have left? 2, right? Okay. So if I lose Incineroar here, it's actually not that bad for me. I'm gonna go for a Flare Blitz here and a Protect. They're just... do they switch out to Whimsicott now? That's my concern here. If they switch out to Whimsicott now, it's awkward, I guess. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go for a Parting Shot here. And I'm gonna go for an Astral Barrage. Yeah, I don't think this is too bad of a play here. They're gonna go for Helping Hand, so it's a Helping Hand Earthquake. Okay, not great, not great. All right, they are gonna get a Earthquake off. This is gonna knock out my Incineroar, and then their Whimsicott's 100% going down to Astral Barrage. Can I win this? Doable? But Eleki's gonna have to pull some weight here. All right, here comes an Astral Barrage. Actually, they do have a special defense boost. I did forget they did have a special defense boost here. I do get an Astral Barrage off into both. Okay, that's actually really good that they had it. All right, so I can go on to Eleki now, and I can go for an Airstream plus an Earthquake here, which should be able to knock out the Whimsicott here. I guess Earthquake plus Energy Ball is concerning. That would look close. I don't think they pick up the knock on my Calyx because Calyx is so bulky. The Whimsicott we know doesn't have the switcheroo eject button stuff, so I can go for the Airstream. It's very safe here. I am going to go for the Airstream into the Whimsicott in case they do go for the Protect right here. And I am going to go for an Astral Barrage. The Airstream would go to Protect, and since the Whimsicott can't eat a Cobra Berry, thanks to the Unnerve from Calyx Shadow Rider, I should be able to survive. With the -2 on the Landers, Earthquake's not going to do too much, even if they go for a Helping Hand here. Should be... Okay, no. I was about to say, if they go for Helping Hand, they knock out their own Whimsicott with the Earthquake, but it doesn't matter because I am guaranteed the Airstream, at least with the Eleki. Because I was like, does Calyx outspeed the Eleki and get the Astral Barrage off? No, it's not. That's not how it works. All right. We're going to see Whimsicott actually retreat here, which is going to be out into the Kyogre. Okay, that makes sense. This is still going to be an Astral Barrage, which is really going to hurt them right here. So... an Airstream into Astral Barrage is going to do a bunch of damage, and if they self-Earthquake, this is a really weird spot for them. If they fly, this is their worst spot possible. So we will get a Dynamax off of Eleki, and come on, Eleki, get the Airstreams up and get this Astral Barrage because it is going to be really, really crucial right here. It is very, very crucial that you are able to go for the Airstream as well as Astral Barrage here. Don't get crit. Don't get crit. Okay, the Earthquake. Okay, that's cool. All right, Airstream plus a Astral Barrage right here is going to be able to knock out the... Actually, doesn't knock out the Kyogre, but that's actually really good for me that it doesn't knock out Kyogre because then I can go for a second Airstream with my Regieleki, and I should be okay afterward. We're going to see a Astral Barrage be fired off. This is going to knock out the Landorus, which is nice here. Now Tailwind is... Oh, wait, it doesn't knock out Landorus, does it? Ooh, wait, hold on. I don't knock out the Landorus. That's fine. This is actually better. This is actually better. I actually thought that would have KO'd, but then again, I forgot about the damage numbers. This actually works out beautifully. Yeah, no. Airstream plus Astral Barrage is still okay here. If they both survived, it didn't even matter because then I just get a second Airstream up. The Whimsicott can't really, like, they can Tailwind, but I'll still be faster than them at the end of the day. They do go into Whimsicott here, but this is, like, completely safe here because now I can go for an Airstream into the Whimsicott and an Astral Barrage. I outspeed their entire team, and then I'm just going to start sweeping here with the Calyx Shadow Rider next to the Eleki because even if they get Tailwind up, do you know how ridiculous how fast that Regieleki is, as well as Calyx, especially since we already have one Airstream boost, we can get a second one. If they go for, I guess if they go for Scary Face right here, if they go for not Scary Face, Cotton Spore right here, if they have Cotton Spore, but we've seen Energy Ball, Protect, Tailwind, Helping Hand, right? I think we've seen all the movesets, so it can't have Cotton Spore. So even if it had Cotton Spore, I think we would have... If they had Cotton Spore, I guess it's a little bit awkward, but it's not really that much different from Tailwind here. Earthquake. Wait. Did I mess up my numbers? Wait, was it Scarf Landers? Because Eleki should outspeed the Landorus even if it has Tailwind up. Yeah, that... No, wait, no. They Airstream... Oh, they Airstreamed actually before. They crit me, which is actually really annoying. Wait, did I lose off that crit? I do, don't I? I lose because of that crit. Oh no. Well, I had no other play anyway, right? My Incineroar's gone because, yeah, they went for Helping Hand Earthquake before. Oh no. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. That's unfortunate, especially since a lot of Calyx Shadow Riders on this team run specs. I mean, I didn't have another play, right? I didn't have an Incineroar in the back. I literally could only just Airstream there. I completely forgot about the Airstream boost with the first turn. Or not first turn. They went for it the second turn. So their Landorus was... I mean, that's still kind of insane, but... I have a win con. It's going for a triple protect and then being able to then KO the Calyx there, but I need a triple protect to win this game because... Oh boy. All right, one Astral Barrage. All right, that's one. Counting. We need two. Can we get two? Two would be nice, Calyx. No, we're not able to get even two. We need to stall out the 3 turns of Tailwind for triple protect. Man, that sucks too, because I would have actually just sealed up the game right there because of the second Airstream would allow me to have the Eliki outspeed their Calyx Shadow Rider under a Tailwind. Unless there's Scarf Calyx Shadow Rider. I completely forgot about the Airstream from the Landorus because it was so long ago. So yeah, that is quite unfortunate right there. But like the second Airstream didn't really matter, right? Unless they crit, and that's what they did. They crit my Eliki. If they didn't crit my Eliki, I literally just got a second Airstream up. And unless it's Scarf Calyx in the back, I do win the game. If it's Sash, it's still fine, right? Because I just Airstream Astral Barrage the upcoming turn. Assuming I got the double knockout right there. So that crit really sucks too for my Eliki. I'm pretty sure that my Eliki was in range unless I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure I did survive the earthquake there. And yeah, that's quite unfortunate. And that is the show. This team has so many options in a best of 3 setting. Oh boy, you have so many scare leads. You got that Reggie Eliki plus Calyx Shadow Rider, one of the strongest offensive leads in the game. You have a lot of Incineroar ideas that you can go for. Incineroar Venusaur can go really crazy. Charizard plus the Venusaur lead. Oh boy, playing those mind games with Groudon, never fun here. And I wish we could have used it a little bit more, but oh man, that lead, I just always despise facing it. And then of course Groudon could just leave with the Charizard Venusaur if they don't have weather, and they can go for Sleep Powders or just really strong moves with the Charizard, of course. But if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, really just help me out. Anywhere, check out the details of the team and the creator. I'll link them down below in the description, as well as the placement of the team, and you can grab the rental code on your screen. Check out the rest of my Series 12 content where I use a lot of cool teams and a lot of fun Pokemon. But that's gonna be it for me. Have a great day, people, and until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.